guys, it's Kara. I am going to be showing you today how to use elbow crutches, which are what I use just every once in a while to help me get around a little bit better. These are just my methods, although you can look up other foot crutch patterns and see what works for you. I have two main methods that I use, and I have another that I've tried but don't really like that I'll show you too, and I'll tell you why I don't really like it. So, first of all, you want, if they are adjustable, you want the crutch to be about 1 inch to 2 inches in this bar here below your elbow, and it rests against the back of your arm. Then you grab here with your arms, or with your hands, and you want your crutches to be about 15 degrees away from your body. I've heard 15 to 30, but I like closer to 15 because when it's 30, then you're using more shoulder support than you are just your whole arm. Because when it's closer to your body or closer to your feet, like you can see here, it's just a lot easier to use your hands, wrists, forearms, upper arm, and shoulder to support yourself. Before you consider using crutches, you want to make sure that your upper body is the strongest part of your body. That's definitely true for me because most of my body problems are in my feet, ankles, knees, and hips. Some in my lower back, and these help take the pressure off my lower back. And I have a lot of muscle pain in my thighs. This also helps with that, especially if you want to stand and support yourself with your crutches. You can do some kind of gentle stretching even. So that helps a lot. I don't have that much space to demonstrate, but I will try my best. So my most common way to walk, just because I walk a little bit of longer distances, definitely under a quarter mile, but it's longer than just a few feet. So this is a little bit less supportive, but you can walk a little bit faster. So I set my crutches in front of me, and then I take 1, 2, and then on the third step, I bring my crutches forward again. So it looks kind of like this. 1, 2, 3, and then you step with your other foot. So that each time you put your crutches down, you're using a different foot, just so that you're switching, so that you don't have one foot that's doing all the work. I'll show this one more time. So you step forward with your crutches. I always set my crutches down first just because that helps me get my balance, especially when I'm showing a slower demonstration. But you can set your crutches out before you take your step too if we want. It's all just personal preference. So 1, 2, 3, 1, and then if I would turn around and keep going, 2, 3, and then you're back to your left foot. It might be easier if I just showed left, right, left, right, left, and then crutches with your right. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple, and this one's pretty simple too. It's stepping with opposite crutch, opposite foot. I need to light up my computer a second or it's gonna shut off. Sorry about that, it's just that I'm not right in front of it, so I can't keep my eye on it. So this one is definitely for a slower walk, but it has so much more support. So if you're having a very, very tired, almost lazy, exhausted day, but you do need to be up and around, especially just up and around the house, you can use this. It's easy for turning, especially. So you just take your opposite crutch with your opposite foot, and I set the crutch down first, so that there are always 2 crutches on the ground whenever you lift up a foot. So there's 1 crutch on the ground, but this foot is just lifting up. Set it down, lift up this foot, step forward. Just like that. And then once you get it going a little bit faster, you can have it so that you kind of get your balance a little bit better and you don't have to have 2 crutches on the ground all the time. And then a typical crutch walk is hopping through the crutches, but I personally think this just takes up so much more energy. I'm only going to do it a little bit because I'm not having the greatest day energy-wise. But you just put all of your support into the crutches. You need to make sure that you're balanced very well to be able to do this, or you could have a risk of falling. Make sure that your forearm here, the back of your forearm, is up against the back of the crutch. And then you just kind of hop through the crutches. You don't have to jump at all. You just kind of lean forward on the front of your toes and go forwards. And I think I'm even out of breath after doing that 2 or 3 times. But the reason it takes up so much energy is because you're 100% putting your weight onto your lower body, then your 100% upper body, and then you have to just keep switching back and forth and completely flexing and unflexing all of those muscles. And it's just so much work. If you're looking into getting elbow crutches, don't get something that's super expensive unless you know what you're looking for, you know what you want, or if you've had them in the past. These were fairly inexpensive, but they aren't like the cheapest you can find. I'll kind of show them off a little bit. I don't actually remember the brand, and I don't. They come from Germany. I'll post it in the description when I figure out what brand it is, but here they have a nice kind of squishy material for the hand, and it's put in the shape of where your fingers would go, and it's pretty accurate for my hand, and I have small hands. This is the, I think, young adult female size, so I have it adjusted. I'm average height, so it's adjusted out about halfway, and I have different tips on here. I actually don't know the brand of the tips either, but I can put that in the description as well. They're special so that they have a feature where the end of it kind of turns around and around like that, though it's too strong to make it do that with my hand, so I can't show you. But with your weight, it just helps with balance a little bit. Then this is just a protector to keep the metal that sticks out so it doesn't hurt you or anything. This part here is the clip to keep it in place. See, and then this is how you would adjust it. I've always had mine just adjusted to the same size. You have to be careful sometimes because I have had the clips fall out on a few occasions. Then this part is just plastic. This section here adjusts, like I said in the very beginning of the video. This flips up. And actually the opening here is too big for my arm because my arm falls out sometimes, but it's so you can pick up the crutch and still use your hands. I'm really out of breath. And I sewed this little cover here just because this right here was bugging the back of my arm. I don't have like calluses or anything, but my skin was just kind of sensitive. And this part actually pops out, so if you wanted to replace it with a different cuff, you could. And this is a clip if you wanted to put a little bag on here, you could. The other one is just the same. That's it for this video. I hope this was very helpful for the viewer who requested this video. Sorry it took me a while to get it out, but I just haven't been using my crutches for a while and I didn't really want to think about it, so here I am now. I will see you guys next video.